The city's lagoon provided a natural defense barrier against invaders, which was crucial during those turbulent Middle Ages. The shallow waters and numerous islands made it difficult for enemy ships to navigate, giving the Venetians a strategic advantage. Secondly, the lagoon provided an abundant supply of fish and shellfish, which were a key source of food for the city's inhabitants. The waterways also served as a vital transportation network, allowing goods to be brought into the city from the surrounding countryside and facilitating trade with other parts of Europe as well as just the Mediterranean. St. Mark's Campanelli is the bell tower. The current bell tower is a reconstruction completed in 1912, the previous tower having collapsed in 1902. At the top of the tower there are two large bronze statues known as Moors, which strike the bell every hour. One man is old, one man is young, to represent the passing of time. During World War II, Venice was under fascist control, and when Italy capitulated, it became under direct Nazi control. The bombing of Venice was a particular problem for the Allies, especially after the destruction of Monte Cassino in central Italy. They didn't want a repeat of that. So a squadron of RAF bombers were so precise in their dive bombing operations that civilian observers felt safe enough to climb on the city's rooftops to observe the attack, and with the only architectural damage being no more than a few broken windows. the Bridge of Sighs. It's called the Bridge of Sighs because if you went to the prison, you never got out. The locals call it the Leads, the Ponte della Paglia, which means straw bridge, and it comes from boats mooring nearby to offload straw. Of course, now the boats are just offloading tourists. The two columns at the entranceway to the piazza and the Doge's palace is where the Doge, who was the chief magistrate of Venice, would announce death sentences from in between those columns. The pink color is supposed to symbolize blood. The executions would then take place between the two columns, topped by the statue of St. Theodore. I guess they didn't totally drop him from the rolls, and the winged lion of St. Mark. From this position between the columns, the condemned had a view of the clock tower to see the exact hour of their death. How considerate of the Doge! For this reason, superstitious Venetians make it a point not to walk between the two columns because it's considered to be bad luck. However, us tourists consider it good luck to even just be here, so we don't seem to mind. To stand on these bridges that I've seen in movies and documentaries and books was really a treat. Watching the gondolas and the gondoliers and all that. As with Pisa though, too many people take a lot of the enjoyment out of this, but I'm sure that they also thought the same thing about my being there too. I'm sure Venice is a nice place to spend the night. This was the last stop on our Viking Mediterranean cruise. From here, we spent our last night on the ship, then flew out the next day. Even with us getting sick for a day, it was a great trip.